the unexpected ba. Growing up, I had 5 grandparents. Now, you are probably thinking the biology doesn't work. So let me explain. I have my dad's parents, who I called Dadi and Dada. I have my mum's parents, who I call Nani and Nana. And then I also have my Kakiba, who is my Pitaji, my dad's Kaki, aunt. Now, she is not related to us by blood. She is related to us by marriage. Her husband passed away at a time that I don't even remember. That's how long ago. They did not have children, and she lived in a joint family in Kenya. So, when my dad called my daddy and dada over from Kenya to England to come and live with us, she came along with them. It was a package deal. Buy 2, get 1 free. I only remember my childhood living with them, and we were a household of 7. And growing up, I shared a bedroom with my brother. And when that time came when I needed my own space and a little bit of more girls' space, I moved into my Kakiba's bedroom with her. I called it the girls' room. We painted the walls lilac, and we had matching bed sheets. And in the evenings, I would ask her to read me bedtime stories. Now, I didn't really listen that much to the stories. And that's because I was so busy thinking about, in the daytime, I'd converse with my Kakiba in Gujarati, and in the evenings, she'd be reading these bedtime stories to me in English, and how she can just flip a switch and just change her language so effortlessly. It was amazing. And granted, the English that she spoke was a bit broken English, and sometimes when we were both cuddled up in bed, I would have to correct her English. But that's okay. That built that bond together. And sometimes I felt other members of the family had to, I wouldn't say forcefully build that relationship with her, but make that extra effort with her, because she wasn't a blood relative. But for me, sharing that room with her made our relationship so natural. We didn't have to make extra effort. It was so easy for us. Another incident is when I was a teenager, us as a family, we used to attend Shaka together. So we used to drive the big car to Shaka. My Kakiba was the eldest member of our Shaka. Late 60s, early 70s. And it was great to have her with us. And you could tell that she was slightly elderly. She had wrinkles on her face and her hair slicked back in that Vatika coconut oil. And she stood out because apart from her general attire where she wore a sari every day, she rocked up to Shaka in a churida. So one day in Shaka, we were going to do the Surya Namaskar Marathon. It was a new concept for a lot of us, but we were all really excited about it. And then, through the doors, in walked in my Kakiba with her yoga mat, her churida, and she just participated with all of us at the back of the hall. And the idea behind that was that everybody would do their Surya Namaskars, and together the collective number would be the final number, and that would increase our number for the Surya Namaskar marathon. So even though she did not have the same pace as us in the Surya Namaskar, she did her own pace, in her own way, but she was participating with us. And that showed that even though she was old and couldn't have the same ability as us, she still gave it her all. And what I remember is somebody calling out, "Kakiba, you can do it like this." And that showed to me she was not Jayaben, she was Kakiba, even in Shaka. Rolling back to today, I don't live with my Kakiba, and I'm not as close with her. It's not because, she's passed away. It's not because of that. She lives in India today. So it physically is a little bit more difficult to have those conversations with her, or to have that relationship that I had with her back in the day. But what I take on board from all those incidences and all those amazing examples she showed is that I have to give it my all. And one thing that I really take forward is when I attend Shaka, it's really difficult sometimes, because sometimes I'm the only one who's my age who attends Shaka. But what I really love and what keeps me going to Shaka is when somebody doesn't just call me Pruthvi, calls me Pruthvi Ben or Pruthvi Didi. That relationship has been built like family, even though I'm not related to them. Just like the other Sevikas would call my Kakiba, Kakiba in Shaka. Now, I'm not here to say you should go to Shaka and build those relationships. What I'm here to share with you is that those motherly instincts or those grandparent instincts don't need to come from blood relatives. It's about building that relationship. One day, I might even be referred to as Kakiba. Thank you.